Coach, 2 days into camp, just kind of a general impression.
Yeah, I love our guys' energy. Right now, they're really dialed in. The men just getting better. They've taken and ran with everything we're asking them to do, and we're far from where we're going to be, obviously. But these guys' attitude, their mindset, their mentality, how they're trying to attack it every day. So I'm pleased with that.
Obviously, it'll be a spring-long process and something you'll do in training camp too. But just that adjustment of getting those guys used to tempo and getting into that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, I think our guys are feeling that right now. Just the understanding of, man, how we're going to execute when we're tired. And so the first two practices, there's been plenty of that, but I love the fact that they've responded to everything we've asked them to do, and we'll keep getting better.
How about the quarterback competition? How will you kind of handle that? And, is that something that'll be established over the spring, or will it go in the fall?
Plan on it being established over spring. Really do. Feel good about that room and where we're at. Those guys will continue to split reps and get a bunch of reps, but I do feel good about where we're at.
I like those young receivers after 2 days.
Yeah, they got a chance to be really good, so fired up about them. Obviously, Mario is incredibly fast. Stonka plays incredibly strong, and both guys are really natural. JJ's going to be back in action doing some things for us, so feel good about where they're at. They got to continue to grow. They've never had this much output in their entire life, so getting a feel for that has been an adjustment for them.
Obviously, you had knowledge of them being in the Big 12, but when Blake entered the transfer portal, what was it that grabbed your attention about him? What stands out to you?
I watch him and I say, man, that's my kind of guy. He is exactly what we're looking for from a system standpoint. He can make every throw on the field. He can keep plays alive with his feet, and he can do some things that you can't coach. And so, fired up about him. He really has. He's done a really good job for all the newness that he's had from an entire team standpoint to an install. He's taken it, he's ran with it, but so has Chris and some of these other guys.
Talking about Chris, he's starting over another offense that he's been here. How's he jumped into this?
And he's worked incredibly hard. So proud of just his everyday awareness to getting better. His process is really, really good. So he's a guy that's going to have a chance to be a great player for us because his process is so good. He's in the building as much or more than anybody in our building, and it's a testament to who he is.
How do you expect that running back rotation to play out?
Yeah, we'll get even reps throughout the spring. We're going to get a great feel for those guys and know exactly what we got and where we're at and be able to adjust from there.
I know it's just a few days in, but any of these transfers kind of flashed so far?
Yeah, we've had a bunch of guys. Obviously, we got a bunch of transfers that are here right now, but offensively and defensively, we're counting on those guys being impact players.
In today's game, getting young quarterbacks in and accustomed to it quickly with all the pressures on them, but how's Michael handling it?
Yeah, it's been an adjustment. Him, just like we were talking about with the young receivers. There's a lot on their plate right now, but Mike's done a nice job of just trying to work every day. He's got to create consistency for himself so he can create consistency out there between the white lines. But, man, he's going about it the right way. And a great kid and got a great future. He's natural.
Different system again for the defense. How are those guys kind of embracing Hutzler?
Yeah, they've been really good from the standpoint of man responding and asking them to do things that they haven't been used to doing, and they really are. They've taken it, they've ran with it. Man, they want to get coached every single day. They're hungry for it, and we've got some strong leaders, some strong players on that side of the ball that are going to give us a chance to play defense the way we want to play it.
Got some new coaches, obviously, too. I know kind of getting guys on your system. How would you say the meetings and just kind of meshing all the ideas together have gone so far?
It's been really good offensively. Obviously, everybody on the offensive side of the ball has great system knowledge outside of bump. So we kind of hit the ground running. So that part of it has been really, really nice. It's not like we're having to strip it all the way down for everybody in the room. There's a ton of understanding. There's a ton of history and a ton of knowledge. So that lets you hit the ground running from a staff standpoint and gets you ahead with the players.
Outside of the effort, anything caught your attention these first 2 days of spring ball?
Yeah, I think there's been really good energy. The energy from our guys, the willingness to practice and practice incredibly hard has been, again, what we want. We talk about effort, physicality, execution. There's going to be no surprise in how we win football games. So those three things are going to be what we're built on, and that's what people see on Saturdays.
You made the comment that you want to come out of spring, if you can, with the number one in that regard. Do those guys understand that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Everything being said right now, they understand in that meeting room.
The SEC announced their 8 games for next season.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily react to that, but just talk about this league and coming in here and what it's like to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think the obvious part of it is, man, it's every week. But that's exactly what you want. That's what you want as a coach. That's what you want as a player. want to do it at the highest level against the best people, whether you're playing or whether you're coaching. So you get to do that every single Saturday here, so I'm fired up about that.
Watching all the prospects and other people visiting here, I mean, I know you're trying to get your own team going, but recruiting doesn't stop. You're full blast into it for next year already.
Recruiting does not stop. Now, that's going to be the lifeblood of who we are. So it's a huge part of who we are, what we're doing, our energy right now, our brand, is we're trying to go tell our story and what we're building and who we're going to be. We're going to create excitement. We're going to keep excitement. And guys are going to want to come play here, and that part's been good.
Coach, you have two linebackers leaving this year, in Jet Johnson and Bookie Watson. Those guys have played here for a while.
Yeah.
Do you know who might be, just stepping into those two roles at this point of the
Yeah,
spring?
we've got a really strong rotation in there right now, whether it's JP, Stone, John Lewis, Akari, Mitch. We got some depth at the inside backer spot. Those guys have worked. They've done a nice job leading. They had a great winter with Shad, and I'm looking forward to the competition in that room.
Just in general, what's it feel like to get on the field? Because you had to hit this so quickly with recruiting, the transfer portal, getting families moved, everything settled. Now you can just practice football.
It couldn't be any better right now. So it's good. It's all ball with recruiting. It's exactly what I want to do, without a doubt. So we've got everything settled from the staff standpoint. I'm fired up about the people in our building every day, and they're about the right things. And now we get to go coach and do what we love to do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.